Hello, I would like to introduce myself. I am Tony Silveira, the author of Power to Win: How to Overcome Addiction. Over 30 years that I'm helping people like you and me, and I wrote a simple book, a method, in order to give you the guidelines on how to reinvent yourself. I hope you can get the book, but these video lessons were recorded in order to help you, and so you get to know me also. I'm a life coach, and as a life coach, after 3 decades of experience helping people change direction, I decided to come up with this series of videos that I hope will be of great help for you, for everyone that is watching them here online. So let me start by introducing this book and this series. After I started taking drugs very early in life, I spent 10 years in a deep addiction to different substances, and I had a very anti-social lifestyle. I was fortunate to be able to break free from this addiction and certain death. And since then, for the past 30 years, I've made my life mission to help people find a new kind of life, a life with significance, 100% drug-free. And before breaking free, I had found many programs and treatments on the subject of recovery. But I really didn't think I need to recover or get better in 12 or any other number of steps. Recovery implies returning to a previous state or condition. And why would I want to do that? It will be like doing renovation on an old house with a poor structure. You could recover certain things when you do a house renovation. You can patch and restore what's left the best you can. But if the structure is not sound, the whole thing has the risk of collapsing. So what I needed was a total, extreme, complete, and radical metamorphosis. Now, the word metamorphosis, you may remember from school, is a process whereby an organism undergoes a significant and generally abrupt transformation, including physical, biochemical, habitat, and or behavioral changes. Maybe you remember metamorphosis from school, where you study the frog that starts as a fish or a fish-like creature breathing underwater, and then undergoes this transformation and starts breathing air, just like you and me. Or the caterpillar that starts as a very ugly bug, and then as it cocoons and evolves, transforms into a beautiful butterfly. Metamorphosis is so powerful. And well, that's what happened to me, and that's what I think Power to Win can do for you. I wrote it to help addicts and their families overcome their period of misery and start a fresh journey into a promising future. It's about presenting you with a system you can use to reinvent yourself, a human metamorphosis. We often seek our addictive substances like nicotine, alcohol, or engage in addictive behaviors like gambling, pornography, because it makes us feel good. It's temporary, but eases our feelings of stress and sadness. Many drugs produce a feeling that excites our brain cells and reward centers in our brain. However, with repeated use, drugs can change the structure and chemical makeup of our brain. And some people are able to casually drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, while others fight to kick what might become a deadly habit. Science describes addiction as chronic brain disease that causes people to lose their ability to resist a craving despite negative physical, personal, and or social consequences. Others think addiction is a mental state, a decision, and not necessarily a disease. Well, I tend to agree more with this last view. The purpose of this book is not to incite debate on worldviews or philosophies. The best way to convey the truth about drugs is through the words of someone that has been there. So I wrote this book not from the perspective of studying other people's lives, but from my own personal experience also over the last 30 years dealing with addictive behavior, both in myself and people that I've helped to overcome various types of addictions. Well, when I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with a severe case of drug dependency. And after many years of failed attempts to change through different methods, though my family and I lost any hope of recovery, I did it. And maybe you feel stuck in the same frustrating process that my family and I were stuck in addiction to the many detox and rehab centers that I tried. I sought the help of psychiatrists. I tried different support groups like AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, and A. And if you have a loved one in this situation that tried it all and couldn't make it, I believe I can help you. When I was 24 years old, I was able to break free from all addictions. That's right, I left drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, and also a filthy lifestyle behind. And when I learned to live in a different way, I was successful, and I think I can help you do the same. My book and this method, it's not just my personal testimony, but I did it, I've built it as a simple path to understand, and it's a manual containing guidelines that I've used to help others on a path to change and to experience their own powerful metamorphosis. While the scientific usage of the word metamorphosis may pertain to biology, I feel it equally useful in our journey towards sobriety and a new life. So forget about recovery. Focus on metamorphosis. But what would metamorphosis, being a radical transformation, entail? You will need to receive strength and a simple plan. I call it power to win. So let's dive in.